What have we got tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Yeah. What's the timetable for tomorrow?
I think
We have 2 hours tomorrow? We can do 2
yeah.
hours of physics tomorrow.
it is okay. Yes. Okay. It is one.
Do you
1
mind getting
p.m.
started?
1 p.m. Yes.
1 or 2 hours?
Wow.
We'll do 2 physics tomorrow.
Oh, Khalifa. Tomorrow our chemistry class is in Cabinet. Yeah.
Why is the TV not working today? Come on. Come on.
What's
Oh. No, it's the other one. Ah, come on. Oh, here we go. Yes. Come on. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we got it working. So like I said, easy lesson. Now you missed the lesson this morning, you two. We did graph of sine and cos.
Graph and sine and cos.
Graph of sine and cos. Show him, Ben.
So this.
Okay. So plus the number and move the graph.
Yeah. Very easy.
Oh, not too easy. Right, Ben? You can make some mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah, just little mistakes. Okay. So, what I want you to do for me, just very, very quickly, is just make a quick sketch of this. And I want you to show me the vertex and the intercept. Do you remember these words? Do you? No. You guys, you break my heart. Vertex. Do you know what that is?
Direction?
No. No. The vertex is this point.
Oh.
And the intercept? Which point is that? Here on the y-axis.
Oh.
Okay? You know these words. You did them with Joan, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I want you to draw this quickly, but I want you to show me with the vertex and the intercept. You remember how to do this in semester 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is O2?
Huh?
O2?
Well, I'll calculate it. So you have y equals x plus 2 squared plus 2.
Yeah. And move the graph.
Yeah, well here is 6.
Yeah.
And then minus 2 is here.
Yeah.
So this is the graph here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's call... What's wrong, Ben?
Okay.
Let's call this fx as an example. Okay. I want to know what happens if I draw this, fx minus 1. Well, that equals x plus 1 minus 1 squared.
Plus 2.
Yeah, we'll get it. So that's x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus 4x minus 4 plus 6. Okay? That's x squared plus 2x,
X.
3.
Plus 3.
Plus 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is equal to x plus 1 squared plus 1. So if I graph this guy in red, Uh,
Class of
Mine-
1 plus 2 is plus.
minus 1.
Hmm?
No, plus 2. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Plus 2. If I graph this guy, that would be minus 1, 2. That would be here. And the intercept would be now 3. Sorry, 3. My picture's not great.
It's 2.
No, it's 3.
It's 3. Yeah.
For this point, the intercept. When x is 0.
Oh.
Yeah? So it looks like the graph has moved to the right. Okay? So my point is, if you know this graph, then that means you can also know this graph.
Yeah.
It's just a movement to the right. You can know this as well. So what we want to have a look at now are all the rules. Now, you missed the class this morning, but we'll have a look at the rules now. You know, what happens if you have a A, a B, C, a D, okay? You don't have to write anything down here, but let's have a look. So I have the graphing program, will be nice. Let's say f of x, what was it? What did I say? F of x was, well, it doesn't matter. It was x squared plus 4x, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
6.
6. Right, so let me draw this guy. Right, there it is there. Okay. So the first thing is, what if I tried to draw this, x minus 2? Well, can you see this? That's at minus 2. Will get moved over and it'll be here. If we draw that, we end up with that. Okay, so the first rule, so for all these rules you start off with y equals f of x. So the graph of y equals fx minus a is just a, now the verb, we don't say move, that's not an academic verb. So the verb we use is translate to the right by a units.
Translate is.
It's move.
I think translate.
And yeah, also Chinese to English translate, yes.
Is the same word.
The same word, yeah. Same verb, yeah.
Oh, I think we can say transport.
Yes, you can. Yes, you're right, Ben. If you like, you can also say transport.
I just joking.
But translate is best. Oh, sorry. My grammar's wrong. Can you fix my grammar? Graph of y equals fx minus a is just a... Not translate. That's the wrong grammar.
Translation.
Very good. Translation. See, you know some English.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about the next one? If you have ax, what does that do? Well, let's have a look at the graph. Yeah, well, let's have a look. Let's have a look, okay? So, let's change this guy into this guy.
It is the same sign cosine.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
So, ah,
Oh, yeah, smaller.
well, yeah. Whoops. So it's being squished, okay? If you picture this is like a wall, so it's like it's beside the wall, and then you push it into the wall. Can you picture the red line being pushed into the y-axis? Get squished, you know?
Yeah.
So, what verb could we use for that?
Push.
Ah, that's too simple.
Compressed.
Compressed, very good. What?
In Chinese, English.
Okay?
Okay.
Right, the next one you could probably guess is going to be y equals fx plus a, like this. Which one? Yeah, what do you think it is? Not this.
Up and down.
Up, yeah. So, y-axis, yeah. Just up and down, yeah. Just up and down. So, we'll say x plus 2 as an example. And then this, sorry, that was should have done the first one. So you see it moves up 2 units. So you can use the same verb as here. It's a translation up the y-axis by a units. Oh yeah, no, listen, the English, the English is important here because in the exam they'll ask you to describe the translation.
What?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm sorry, this is true.
Can I just say here?
No, it's the wrong verb. It's too simple.
But it's the meanings.
I know, but you come to this school to improve your English, you know,
Yeah.
learn new words. Yeah? Fine, okay. Right. Next.
What is 3?
That's 4 now we're on.
Are you? We are.
Yeah, IV. Y equals AFX. Like this. So, does anyone know what that one is?
Figure.
Huh? No, the other way. Yeah. Like here. Let's draw this now. Sorry, I should have drawn this first. Okay, so let's see if I can zoom out. So first you have the blue, then you have the red. So what happens is the heights are twice as big. For example, maybe I'll zoom in here. I'll zoom in. Where's center on cross? Center on origin. Center on cross. Zoom. So look here. This one has a height of 2. Now its height is twice as big. It's 4. Here, for example, the height is 4. So I think this one's height should be 8. Let's look. Where did I say 4 was? About here, wasn't it?
The
So-
blue one is
Old. Red one is new.
red one.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Twice as high, yeah. Yeah. So we can say that it's being expanded by A units along the y-axis. And then lastly, what to do about minus. So you have something like y equals minus fx, or y equals f minus x. So if you look at the pictures here, I can show you. What does that one do? It turns it
Down.
upside down. And what does that one do? Turns it around here.
Yeah.
It's a mirror. So what's the verb here?
Mirror.
That is a verb, but not the right verb. You should know this from physics. Reflect, yes. Reflected through the, now be careful, x-axis. You see, we picture it like this, reflected through the x. This one's reflected through the y-axis.
Expand by a unit along the x-rays. Just a unit.
A unit,
A unit.
as in the A that's here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Right. Summer.
Yeah.
I'll do some examples, but first, question 1A. You need to describe what's happening. What happens in 1A?
Expand
Yeah.
by 3 units. Units along the y-axis.
Along the what?
Along the y
Yes.
axis.
Yes. Along the what? The Y what?
Axis is not
Axis.
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 Y axis.
Y axis.
ACID.
AXIS.
Yeah.
ACID is
Acid. That's
Yeah.
different.
I think the same.
No.
Some.
Axis.
Axis.
Acid.
Acid.
Ax is acid.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Benham, give us the next one. 1B.
What? The Dawson is fan.
Yeah. Ben, think about it. Think. If you multiply by 1/3, do you make it bigger or smaller? So what's the verb? You had it in one of the examples.
But I couldn't say it's pen.
Yeah, you'd use a different verb.
Compressed
Good man. Compress, go on.
by 1/3.
No, oh no.
Three.
Yes,
3 units
yes.
along the y-axis.
Good. Khalifa, can you give us 1C?
Compressed 5 feet.
Yeah. Good. Good. Okay, now let's look at harder ones. Number 2. So, we want to describe what happens here to this. Okay? What you must do first. No. You have to take the half out.
2.
Like this. Okay?
Yeah.
So, you think of it as having 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Actually, let me. Do you know what I do? You know what? I think I'll actually put the -2 in the front. Just to make it look a little nicer. Okay, so what you do? This first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6. There's 6 things that are happening here.
Yeah.
Okay, so first we translate right
It's 5.
by 2 units. What's wrong?
It's 5.
What's 5?
The 6 is unnecessary.
Ah, no, I like it.
But in minus 2 it is.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's unnecessary. Thank you. 5. Translate right by 2 units. Then, what will this do?
Calm.
No, expand.
Then, yes.
Then expand by 2 units
What?
along x. Then expand 2 units along
Y.
y. Then,
Minus is
so yeah, what do we say? Then-
reflects
True x.
X. So
And then, finally, translate
translate.
Down. 2 units. Now, let's see this in action.
4 marks.
4 marks, maybe, yeah. Yeah. It is. Okay, so. Right. Okay, so let's do it step by step. Right, what's the first one? X minus 2. Okay, so let's do that one. X minus 2. Let's draw that. Moves to the right, 2 units. Okay? Next is the half. So we're currently on the blue one. What do we say happens next? Expand 2 units. So for example, here this should still be at 2. This point is at 1, so it should get moved over the 2. So what I think will happen is the blue one looks like it gets pulled open. So let's see. Did I type it in wrong?
This,
No.
Huh? I thought I was on the blue one.
and now is black.
Hang on. Maybe I should be more careful. Right. First let's plot this. Okay. Now y equals f x minus 2. Yes? Okay, let's plot this. Okay, fine. Now y equals a half x minus 2. What? Maybe I should zoom out. That's 0. The heck? What the heck? I don't understand.
This minus 1.
No. If you use the minus 1, it's 0 kind of 5.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not at 0. I think it is at 0 though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was at minus 2.
Yeah.
So 0.
I think it's minus 1 first.
Minus 1 first. Yeah, but
But if you use the minus 1,
We-
1 over 2 plus minus 1 is minus 1 over 2. It's not 1 over 2x minus 1.
I'm not happy. I'm sad.
The 3,
Yeah.
we use fx minus 1, and we
Yeah.
is pressed by half or by 2.
Yeah. I don't know, Ben.
Compress.
I'm just not happy. I'm not happy.
Why?
Because, okay, here, if x is 2, then I get f0. Yeah? And if here, if x is 2, I should also get f0.
Yeah.
So this point I feel should be over here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So something's gone wrong here. Like, even if let's see what happens if you said I change this to 1. No, you said to change this one to 1. Was it? Okay.
I don't know.
Something's not working right. Maybe it's my program. Okay. Let's start again. fx. Fine. fx minus 2. Fine.
Oh yes, it's minus 2.
The same. Stephen, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why we don't just the first step? Why we don't just draw the 1 minus 2x and the second step is minus 1.
Because what I'm trying to do, Summer, is I'm trying to think about it like this, as like f1, f2, f3, f4, f5, x. This is what I'm thinking about. So like, for example, f5x equals x minus 2.
2, yeah.
And then f4x equals
1 over
a half x, yes. And then f3x equals
minus 2
minus 2x, yeah. And then f2,
x minus 2.
oh sorry, that's just minus x.
Minus 2x.
Just
2x
Oh yeah.
minus x, and then f1x is x minus 2.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to do it as steps. So first you move it right,
Yeah.
then you compress it,
Okay.
or expand it.
Mm.
I'm happy that it's wider. I'm not happy about where this is. You know? I feel like it should be here. But obviously it's my mistake, not the computer mistake.
I think it is. How to say is pen. Is penned.
Yeah. It is expanded?
If we see the black one,
Yeah.
if we compress, it's the blue one.
Oh, you think so? You're happy with how the black one looks?
If you compress it, it will become the blue one.
You guys can visualize that?
I think.
Okay. I can't, but I trust you. I trust you. So let's continue. What's next? The minus 2.
Yeah.
Or the 2.
Minus.
The 2. We'll do the 2.
Oh, yeah, 2.
So now it's in green, can you see?
Mm.
And then the minus 2. Now it's in purple. And then lastly, a minus 2 at the end. There it is here. Okay? Yes? So we end up here.
We can.
Reflection against reflect through the
Now, Summer,
Yeah.
as I was saying to Ben earlier, the reason I like to do this is because it doesn't matter about the order. Like, for example, what about if we go backwards? Do we get the same graph? So first, I do this. Move it down, okay? And then next, I'll do this. Fx minus 2, and then minus 2 times it.
It's minus 2fx. Oh, just
You think like this? No. Like this.
no bracket.
I want to see what happens if I put a bracket. I want to see.
I don't know.
Let's see. It'll make it exciting. Then the next thing is the half. 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 Half the
fx. Oh,
the x.
x.
Yeah.
Half x.
Oh. And then lastly,
It's
minus 2
it's minus 2.
on the x. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this is going to work. No, okay.
No bracket.
Let me fix it. I want to call these guys A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so A, what do we do? X minus 2. B, half x. C, 2x. D,
Minus x.
minus x. E,
X minus 2.
x minus 2.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
First you minus 2, then you half it, then you calculate f. No.
Yes, it's
Then you
right.
calculate f. Is
It's
it?
right. It's right.
So it'll be A, then B, then F. Oh goodness sake. F, then A, B, F, C, D, E, X. Yeah, okay. Sorry, ignore me. Don't pay any attention to me. Right, let's do a different one now. That was terrible.
So
Terrible.
it's right.
This, the next question will show us if we're right. Okay, so let's take another example. Okay, so let's say we have fx equals, let's pick a good hard one, 3 over 2 no, harder, 2f minus 2x plus 4 minus 2. Okay? On this graph, we have the point minus 6, 7. Minus 7. And I want to know where is it on the new graph. I want to move it. Okay, so let's look at what happens. That's 2f bracket minus
2
bracket 2 bracket
X plus 2.
x minus 2.
Oh, minus 2.
Close, close, close. Minus 2.
Yeah.
So first we'll do
X
minus 2, then 2,
2.
then minus, then 2, and then the minus 2. So let's write down what happens. First, our x gets moved to the right, x plus 2.
Translate to.
Translate right, yeah. Then next, we compress the x. So you divide the x by 2. Then next, you reflect through the y. So that becomes minus x. Then next, the y gets doubled. And then lastly, the y you translate it down 2 units. Okay? So minus 6 minus 7 will first become minus 4 minus 7, if you do that. Then what will it become next? Minus 2 minus 7, and then next 2 minus 7, good. And then next
2 minus 14.
Good. And then lastly 2
minus 16.
minus 16. Okay, so let's see if what we did was right. I'll make the graph of this. Okay, so I'll make up a function. Fx equals x, we'll say plus 6 squared minus 7. Okay. Now, can you see here, Ben? So do you see we have minus, hang on, minus 6 minus 7.
Yeah.
Then if I do this, I should move it to 2 minus 16. Okay, so let's see. 2f minus 2x plus 4 minus 2. So where does this need to move to? 2 minus 16. So I'll have to zoom. So it should jump to here.
Yeah.
Let's hope. You don't think so?
Oh, nice. Nice.
Ah! 2 minus 16. I'm right.
Yeah.
I said minus 216. No, it's not right. That's fine. That's fine.
What?
Oh.
What happened?
Oh.
We made mistake?
We must have.
Minus 2.
Let's check again. Minus 6 minus 7. Okay, firstly, that becomes minus 4 minus 7. Yes? That's right? Yes? Okay, now, the 2, that compresses it. So that becomes minus 2 minus 7. Yes? Okay, now the minus flips it around. So that becomes 2 minus 7. Yeah? And then the 2 here makes it 2 minus 14. And then here, 2.
Why you think the left is right?
The minus 2.
No,
I
it's
mean
x plus 2x, half x.
Which one, Ben?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what happened. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened.
I don't know what happened either. What's going wrong with this today?
Maybe mine is x minus 2, the last step.
The first one.
No. Maybe it's last one is x plus 2. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's y. Or maybe. What's the answer?
The answer
Respect.
is 2,
5, 16.
5 minus 16.
5 minus 16.
Yeah.
Maybe the graph.
No. The graph is right.
Oh, maybe brackets.
Maybe is the brackets wrong?
No.
Minus 2.
Oh, it's minus plus 4.
Yeah.
It's plus 4.
Here? It's plus 4 here.
You is you okay. Fine. What do you write?
Ah!
What's the graph? Is right.
The graph has to be right,
Oh,
doesn't it?
of course.
Flip's sake. What has gone wrong?
Oh.
What has gone wrong? What number is this? G. 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 What?
G.
This is 3. What am I doing? Which one am I doing? No, J. 3J. 5 minus 16 is my answer at the back. So my answer at the back is right.
What happened?
So what happened this year? I forgot how to do these.
G. C. Stretch along the axis 1. What? 1.5. Oh no.
Which question?
G. Stephen,
What?
why I and G is same answer?
For which one? I and J?
Yeah.
Well, which question?
Hang on.
One, I and G's answer is same. Is I answer and this G answer.
Which question we do?
Because of the same question.
It's same question.
Yeah, see? No, we did this one.
J.
Yeah, but I'm trying to look at T here. This is
What? It's same questions, but the number is not same.
Oh, Ben. I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. Oh.
Be strong.
I'm having a bad day. Bad day.
You know?
I know. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible because it's terrible. Right.
So
Let me show you. I'm so angry at myself. Okay. I made a very bad mistake. I told you a dirty lie. I said the order is not important. The order is important because earlier we saw you get a different graph if you do it in a different order. So I said the order is you go in and then you go out. That's wrong. That's wrong. So I'll show you the order now,
It's
okay?
A, B, C, D.
A, B, C, D, yeah.
Okay.
Like this.
yeah.
Okay, so first
A.
you take the y and you multiply it by 2.
Yeah.
Then
Minus
next x you multiply by minus a half. You compress it. Okay? Then next the x you translate it right. Okay, and then lastly the y you translate it down. Now let's see if we get the right answer, okay? What was the point? minus 6 minus 7. So what does it become now? Minus 6 minus 14. Then next,
minus 3.
this is,
0. Oh,
Sorry.
what did I say this one was? Multiply. Multiply.
Yeah.
So that becomes 3.
3, yeah.
And then here,
5.
That's right.
Oh, congratulations.
so what did we learn? What's the important lesson that we all learned?
Order is important.
No, Ben, the order is very important.
From left to
From left to right, A, B, C, and D. And you also need to take this out, okay? The minus 2. So you can have it like this. Because I think if you keep it like this and you go A, B, C, D,
Yeah.
you get the wrong answer. Like, let's see what answer we would get. So, minus 6 minus 7. If we do the A, what would you get? Minus 6 minus 14. If we do the B, what would we get? 3 minus 14, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we do the C, what do we get? 3... no, sorry. Minus 1.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Minus 14. And then if we do the D, we get minus 1, minus 16, which you see is wrong. Okay? So you have to do it in the right order. That's very funny, isn't it?
Okay, right.
Good. I just want you to do for me 3 ABC. That's plenty. If you can do those 3 now, then we'll go to the next lesson. Oh, that was a terrible lesson. I'm so glad Go wasn't here to see it.
So
Yeah.
we don't need to put the 3 or 2 in front of
For which one?
the first one.
Oh, you must. The first one you must write it like this. Look. 3 over 2 x minus 1 over 2
Yeah.
minus 2. Huh? Oh, you need to write down there.
What's 1 over 2?
Isn't it?
3.
Oh no, so, hang on, don't confuse me.
It's
It's
2.
2.
What? I say it's
Now, Ben, we know we can all make this mistake.
5.
Yes. It's 2.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We're all having a bad day.
Yeah.
So it just B is
Oh, I need to tell those students to go downstairs. Hey guys, I need you. Oh, hey Carmen, there's a small confusion with the room. You're downstairs in B301. Should be empty. Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually had a double class here, so I'm supposed to be downstairs, but it seems silly for me to move them down. There's a different timetable for next week. Yeah. So you guys are downstairs in 301, okay? So we can stay in 401 and we can send them down to 301.
Bad guys.
Huh?
Bad.
Bad?
Yeah. Not bad.
No. Here, sorry, it's here, Ben. It got cut out. You can't see the 3 there. This is number 3.
oh, this 2 minus 4x. Why the x is opposite but y is just
Yeah, so, okay. Why is it opposite?
y x is
Yeah, so like, say you have y equals fx, okay? And let's say this point here is 2, 3. So that means f of 2 will equal 3. Okay? If I say y equals fx minus 1, and if I use x equals 3, then what I have is y equals f of 3 minus 1, which equals f of 2. So it means when I'm here at 3, I should get the same answer as when I was at 2, which is back here. No? I'll give another example. Okay, look. Here is, let's say, 5, 10. Okay? And this is y equals f of x. So you know f of 5 equals 10. Now I want to graph y equals f of x minus 3. And I want to graph it at, let's say, the point x is 8. So what is the y? Y will equal f of 8 minus 3, which equals f of 5, which we know is 10. So it means when I'm out here at 8 on the new graph, I get the same answer as the old graph's 5, which is here. So it looks like it's been moved to the right. That's the reason why. It's confusing.
I just calculate this just after the final, I would say, vertical,
Yeah.
and we can just come back and just use this to like it's 2x, but we can just multiply half x. It's 2x. We just use.
Why is it a half?
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, so let's take our example again of 5, 10. f5 equals 10. And I want to graph y equals fx. That's fine. Now I want to graph y equals f2x. So if I use, for example, x equals 2.5, then y would equal f2 times 2.5, which equals f5, which equals 10. So it means when x is 2.5, which is here, instead of here, I get the same answer as when I was here. So it makes it look like it was pushed into the axis. See, when you're looking at x, it's opposite, and then when you're looking at f, it's not. So if I said 2fx, then you multiply by 2. But anything that's inside here looks opposite. Yeah, it's a little hard, I know.
Sometimes you see the
Yeah, yeah.